Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome once again to George C. Zulius Field here at the Coach Lenahan Sports Complex at Plymouth Regional High School. Dan Salzer alongside Mike Courier joining us here today on the broadcast as we get ready for Week 2 of the NHIAA Division II football season. As the Kennett Eagles come to town looking for their first win of the year, taking on the Bobcats of Plymouth Regional High School, who had a dominant victory last week, Coach, against Milford.
Absolutely. Well, it's great to be back, and I really enjoy doing this and watching the kids to see how they progressed. You know, Plymouth is considered one of the top teams this year to be around at the end of the season. And the one thing about Kennett is it's been a great rivalry off and on for years, decades. And Kennett looking at the quarterback out there throwing the football, and I think this is a team that didn't show what they have last week. So it could be a better game than some people suspect.
Yeah, you go back to last week for Kennett, a tough season-opening loss at home against Conval. But looking at things, it was a slow start for Kennett, and their coach's eyes just couldn't get going in the first half.
Yeah, and you know, there's again with the rivalry that's gone on for years. You know, there's more motivation for teams coming in here like Kennett, where they expect to improve themselves from last week and to show Plymouth that they can play football.
Yeah, Coach Stearns going with a freshman quarterback to start the year in the likes of Bowen Brown. Found his brother a couple of times, a senior named Jacob Brown. But how can he really kind of set the tone as a freshman, his second career start, against a very strong Plymouth defense that had a couple of pick sixes last week against Milford?
Yeah, and again, looking at the Plymouth defensive line, I'm sure that they're going to put a lot of pressure on the quarterback, and and that's the element as a freshman that you haven't really experienced yet, is during in-game time where you're getting all kinds of pressure from a defensive line that's pretty mature and pretty skilled.
Looking at it with Plymouth, though, a lot of contributions from all over the field. Luke Diamond only ran a quarter plus a couple of drives before his day was done. But you got the likes of Robbie Thorne really leading that backfield once again this season. Yeah.
Yes, and I believe he's the Coke machine. I think that's the the name they gave him last year. And he had a great season last year, and it looks like he's off to a pretty good start this year. And as long as we hang on to the football and don't make many miscues, play disciplined, I think Plymouth's offense will chug along.
Yeah, you look at that, Robbie Thorne, 5 rushes, 75 yards, 2 touchdowns last week in his limited time in the game against Milford. Ben Valenti, 4 rushes, 17 yards. Luke Diamond rushed for a touchdown as well. Same with Crane, 2 carries, 12 yards, 1 touchdown. But turnovers were a little bit of an issue, especially in the second quarter with the second unit coming on. 3 straight drives, 3 straight turnovers on that first play.
Yeah, and that's critical because you don't get those plays back. Just watching out here, the kids warming up, there were 2 or 3 fumbles with the second group, and there's something definitely they got to figure out there because that should never happen.
We'll see what happens. Captain's getting ready to meet for the coin toss before we get the national anthem here. Again, we'll take a look around the NHIAA from games yesterday and games that are happening today when we can throughout the game. I'm sure Coach will have some insight for us. But as Coach mentioned, always a rivalry matchup. We've seen time and time again the Friday night games up in North Conway between these two schools. I've said it last year. I've said it before. The infamous 5th down play that Kennett still held on to against Plymouth that kind of led them to the win. As the captains will head out and meet at midfield. Again, captains for the Bobcats this season, Luke Diamond, Eli Crane, and Emmett Nossaman. David Bailey, Benjamin Chick, Grayson Witchley, and Ryan Chick are the 4 captains for the Eagles here in 2024. Don't have a list of the officials here today, but I'm sure it'll be announced over the public address system. But clouds have rolled in. It was bright sunshine before we went on the air. Partway through warm-ups, the clouds rolled in. Looks like there's some rain off in the mountains a little bit here, Coach. But a very, very warm September Saturday for football. And you wonder how that might play a factor with some endurance here in the game.
Yeah, well, sometimes you get with the humidity, it's a drain on the players, and usually come fourth quarter we find out how well players are in shape or not. The other thing is the pounding throughout the game. You'll see who wears down and who doesn't.
Plymouth has won the toss and has elected to receive.
Plymouth, I'm sure, have been worked hard in the preseason. Coach Sanborn doesn't slack on any of that stuff.
So as you saw there, Plymouth won the toss, elects to receive. They'll go left to right across your screen, and at this time, we'll turn it over to the public address announcer as we get set for the national anthem.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join us in honoring America with the playing of our national anthem. Today's anthem will be performed by the PRHS Pep Band under the direction of Mr. William Gunn.
Great job by the Pep Band as usual under the direction of Will Gunn. Always a great performance by the students here. Coach, any final thoughts before we get kickoff this afternoon?
Not really. I think Plymouth's in a good place right now, and I think that Kennett's going to have the hands full. But we'll see. Again, it comes down to turnovers and who turns the ball over the least number of times usually will be more successful. And I think Luke Diamond has come a ways from last year. He was good last year, but he's even better this year. A lot more confidence, I think. And kid's got great speed, and he sees the field well. And I think you've got a number of players. Plymouth's got some depth, especially in the backfield, which is good to keep all those horses fresh. So I think that Plymouth should have a good day today, but we'll see what Kennett brings. And it's certainly they're not to be taken lightly.
Looking at things, it's David Bailey, the senior, going to kick off for Kennett. Ben Valenti and Logan Marsh back to receive the kick as we get set for the start of this game. Bobcats in their home navy blue uniforms going left to right. Kennett in their road white with black trim going right to left. As the kick is up, we're underway here in week 2 of the season. Valenti inside his own 5, tries to come over to the right side of the field, dodges a couple, and gets tackled at about the 19, and that's where the Bobcats will start their first possession of the game.
Yeah, well, the blocking there for Plymouth was not very good. They had 2 or 3 Kennett players that came down untouched and were waiting for it. So it was a great kick, too. He kicked down to the 2-yard line. So I think Plymouth is usually getting that ball in the 10, the 12, and it does make a difference and gives Kennett a chance to get down to the cover.
Again, last week, a different positioning on the field, but opening play from scrimmage, Diamond found Cooper Mack for the 52-yard touchdown. We'll see if they connect here in the opening play as Mack is on the field, number 81.
Well,
Diamond under center. Handoff up the middle. Here it goes Ben Valenti. Off to the races, right side 30, has one to beat, shakes him free, shakes off the second guy as David Bailey tackles it on the 5. And what a big opening play, and almost for the second week in a row, opening touchdown from scrimmage. But what a drive.
Yeah, that was a reverse pivot handoff where he came actually backside, and there was a huge hole there, and he went right through it, and just didn't have enough pep in his step to make it in all the way. But hopefully he'll take a couple of deep breaths, and they'll give it to him again. So he certainly earns this touchdown if he gets a chance to get his number called.
75-yard carry there for Ben Valente. They mark him down at the 6. First and goal for the Bobcats. Double shift right side. Handoff Valente again. Good blockers. Gets hit inside the 5. Gets down to about the 3. It'll be second goal Plymouth.
Yeah, Plymouth flip-flopped their outside guys to the left, to the right, and Kennett did not adjust to that. I think that if Ben had just ran that towards the corner flag, I think he'd have walked in standing up.
Bringing some bigger guys into the line. You see Liam Shannon, number 83, coming into the game. Tyler Medeiros again, the center here. And almost a flag here on Trusock getting subbed out. Snap, handoff, Valente, third in a row, and he'll walk into the end zone for a Bobcat touchdown.
Yeah, that was great. They just powered that to the left. He got through there and didn't went in standing up. So great way for Valente to finish off after that 75-yard run. And the Bobcats being up 6-0 with the extra point coming up now with Cooper Legacy. Hopefully he'll split those uprights and Plymouth will be up 7-0. I'm sorry, Luke Legacy. His brother Cooper, I think.
Yep, Cooper's out there usually as a cornerback. Luke Legacy, the senior, one of the stars of the boys soccer team, kicking this season for the football team. Good kick, and nice calmly through the uprights.
Chip shot.
And a 7-0 lead for Plymouth after a 79-yard opening drive that lasted 1 minute and 9 seconds. And another great start, coach, for Plymouth, and trying to set the tone early here at home.
Yeah. And it's a big play. I mean, I think last week they had a number of touchdowns that were big individual plays. It wasn't a lot of grinded out type of stuff. So, coaches, I think, look at that like, hey, guys, they may have beaten us, but they had X number of big plays, and take those away, and we got a different game. Not so the case last week against Milford. I don't think it would have made any difference. But today, we'll see. It may.
So Legacy will kick off from his own 40-yard line. Jakovic and Chick back to receive for the Eagles. Good end-over-end kick. Chick gathers it up at his own 9-yard line, has some good blockers in front, cuts to his right, back up inside, and gets out to the 35. Solid return, but a flag comes in here at the end of the play as well.
I think we had a block in the back, unfortunately for Kennett.
So we'll see what the officials say here. And it is a block in the back on the Eagles, as coach spotted.
And as you can see, I mean that return had touchdown written on it too. Without that penalty and another block, he could have sprung free.
So that negates a 25-yard return. We'll back the Eagles up 10 yards. They'll mark him at their own 24 instead. So a 24-yard return. But still, not bad field position for the Eagles to start their first possession. Brown, quarterback under center here as a freshman. Handoff, going to cut to the near side for Chick. Chick trying to turn the corner on the edge, gets tackled across the 30. Got an 8-yard gain for him there.
Yeah, he got around the corner. Defensive end got caught inside, and that was a good run. The kid's got some pretty good speed, so Plymouth's got to adjust to that.
Brown getting the call from the sideline of the coaching staff. Handoff again, this time to the right side, and absolutely nowhere for Baker to go. Number 32, Jason Baker.
Liam Shannon came up and made a stick there and got some help from the secondary on that, but it was a nice job. They actually, it looks like they might have lost a yard on that, Coach.
Actually, a couple of yards. They're trying to back him back to the 31, so 3rd and 4 here. Well, 3rd and 3, really. Still very manageable for the Eagles. Also, shout out to everyone watching up in North Conway and our friends over at Valley Vision tuning in here today. Pitch out near side. Chick gets hit and will get the first down for Kennett.
Great job. Nice play on that. It's a quick pitch.
9 minutes to go. First quarter, 7-0 Bobcats.
Yeah. I think the Chick follows his blocking pretty well. He made a couple of cuts on that one that made it happen.
See Ryan Chick, number 66, one of the captains, subbing out for the Eagles.
He's back in the shotgun here.
4 wide receiver set, split evenly, and intercepted by Lyons. Lyons going to go to the house for a pick 6. Bobcats touchdown.
As they say, he goes all the way.
Touchdown, Bobcats.
That ball was thrown a little behind the receiver, and that's all it took.
Big pick 6 by number 22, Nate Lyons.
So, and again, it's just the inexperience, being a freshman. It looked like, and I can't see, we're up here, up in the library, that he was eyeing down his receiver, and Lyons just read his eyes. So, Legacy out for the extra point attempt once again. And a flag on the play.
Looks like it's on Plymouth procedure.
Yeah, someone was jumping on the line.
It's okay. I think Legacy's got the foot.
I believe it was Cullen McNair, the sophomore, number 51, that was caught twitching on the line. So back him up 5 for the extra point.
Dude, that's like the #1 joke you make when you're
Good snap this time. And the extra point is good. And a 14-0 lead for the Bobcats.
It was another chip shot. It didn't have the length on it, the distance, but he just chipped it up there high enough to get it through. And I know he certainly has the foot to kick it even further and stronger, but you know what? All that matters is he got it.
Accuracy, like we talked about before on the air. Missed a couple of extra point attempts last week. I think just trying to kick through it too much, and now realizes that he's got the time. It's his second career football game, and just able to get it up over the line is really all you've got to do. And
it's sort of like that golf swing, you know. You swing as hard as you possibly can, and the ball goes off to the right or left. You take a little off it and just try to punch it forward, and it's usually a lot better result. I can speak from...
Let's say, why are you calling out my golf game right now, Coach?
I'm calling out my golf game. I crush it right into the woods.
At least no one else is going to find it.
I had a friend, Bill Foley, said he got a brand new driver, so now he can kick it. He can hit it further into the woods.
Set to get back underway. Legacy. Low driven kick, going to go to the right-hand side. Gathered up just outside the 10 by the likes there of Jack Beck, and he'll be tackled shy of the 35.
Well, I'm sure that he was told to squib the kick like that because it gives a little less time for Kennett to get set up for the return, and it's going to diminish the yards they're going to return. So that was a smart move on the kickoff team.
Actually put him at their own 28-yard line here. So Kennett will go to work. Got David Bailey wide near side. High snap. Little confusion on the handoff, and Bobcats penetrate the line of scrimmage, and a tackle for loss here.
I think that was Medeiros with the big hug.
Was indeed, number 77.
Hit for a loss by Medeiros.
So, you look at the first series running the football with Kennett, and they got the quarterback under center, and they had some pretty good success with that. Now they go into the shotgun, and this is what happens. When you make the handoff 6-7 yards deep in the backfield, and you get penetration from the defense, it's not going to go well. So I'm kind of curious as to why they're back under center.
Pitch to the back, Chick trying to turn the corner again, get to the edge, tries a cut back upfield, nowhere to go. Maybe gains one on the carry out to the 29. A lot of east-west for Kennett right now, and Plymouth holding their ground well defensively.
Well, you look at tackle to tackle for the Bobcats, and I don't know. I'm not going to run at Medeiros because he's like 6'4", 300 pounds.
Oh, gosh, no.
And I'm probably not going to want to stay. I want to stay away from Nossman as well. Plymouth's pretty strong in that area. Right now, they're taking a little bit too much time, I think, getting to the corners, but they'll make the adjustment and fix that.
Approaching 6:50 to go, first quarter, 14-0 lead for the Bobcats here at home. Brown going to throw for the first time, chased by Nossman, throws up a prayer into space, and Bobcats secondary didn't see it. Luckily, that wasn't intercepted.
Well, it came down amongst 5 Bobcats. He was getting pressured to throw. He threw. Not a good choice. But again, I mentioned, at the beginning of the game, you got a freshman coming into the actual pressure of the real game, and that makes all the difference in the world. I know playing as a freshman and as a sophomore myself that was the one factor that made everything different.
We saw that with Luke Diamond a couple of seasons ago as well, the young inexperience, but it comes quickly as you play more. Again, it's only week 2, but it brings up 4th and long, so the punt unit on. And it's an error snap over the head of Chick. He'll have to take off and run, and Bobcats tackle him at the 2. Well, they'll mark him at the 3. And
should have kicked that out of bounds. Oh. Should have kicked it back through the end zone.
So Plymouth with 1st and goal to start the drive here. 6:37 left in the first quarter as the sun starts to peek out from behind the clouds.
1st and goal, Bobcats.
An absolute gorgeous Saturday.
Yeah. Well, it was unfortunate on that snap. I mean, that just it kind of demoralized you a little bit right off the bat with the bad snap and all that. But
Eli Crane in the backfield.
now they
hand off left side, and good defense from Kennett to stop that one there as Russo couldn't find the end zone.
And again, Kennett did not adjust to the 2 men going from left to right, and then we ran the ball back to the weaker side, but not a bad call, certainly. And coaches scored many a touchdown doing that, but they could go either way. Where Kennett's not adjusting to the strength change, it might indicate that you might want to go that way maybe the next time.
McNair for St. George for Plymouth. Patridge and Crane in the backfield. Crane, easy step inside, and another Plymouth touchdown.
Touchdown, Bobcats.
So 3 scores by 3 different players.
Touchdown
for Plymouth Regional. And it's a 20-0 lead Partway through the first quarter. Another little chip shot. And 3 for 3 is Luke Legacy on extra point attempts. So Bobcats controlling here early on in this ball game. So, Mike, if you're the coaching staff, what are you trying to do here on this next possession? Obviously try to score, but what are you looking for to get going?
I think the conversation has to be, guys, the first time they scored, they had a 75-yard run. This last time we had a bad snap. We're making mistakes. We're not covering our assignments where we should, and we need to just eliminate those things. This is not over by far, and we need to just go back out there and put a drive together and just not make those careless mistakes.
Jacopuk and Chick back to receive as usual inside their own 5.
Coach, I just got a text from my wife, and the Dave Strickland and his wife have confirmed that I hit it into the woods a lot, so I want to thank them for that. Joanne and Dave, thanks a lot.
The call out continues. End over end kick from Legacy comes short, gathered up by Jacopuk at his own 14. Going to go to the right side towards his sideline and pushed out shy of the 30. But again, another solid return from the special teams unit for the Eagles. See if they can get something going on this drive.
Well, again, you had kind of a pooch kick there to reduce the time of preparation for the return and let the Plymouth kids get down there under the ball. So that's working well. They should probably stick to that because we did see a pretty good run back the first time by Kennett. And this is a lot safer, more conservative, but a lot safer.
So change at quarterback. Eddie Daggett, the sophomore, number 10, now in under center. Daggett, handoff again. Chick is hitting the backfield. And it is the likes of Liam Shannon, number 83, with a tackle for loss there of about 2 yards. Shannon having a great start to the game defensively here.
Liam Shannon looked great last year, I thought, and he's pretty tough. But we also had, I believe it was Eli Crane slashing through there, so they had pressure coming up the middle and at the end. So they weren't able to find any creases they could get through.
Four wide receiver split. In the shotgun, drag it, quick throw, comes up short and nearly broken up by the likes of Landon St. George, number 55, the senior. Bring up 3rd and long.
That was a bounce pass to the receiver, so that wasn't really going anywhere. I think Plymouth's putting on a lot of pressure here, and again, pressure and rushes to the quarterback make a big difference.
Once again, Coach Lamb doing well defensively, scheming here this week. And Bailey always a threat as a wide receiver here on the near side, the lone wide receiver in the shotgun. Daggett under pressure, he's sacked at his own
Eli
15,
Crane.
and it's Eli Crane. You're right there, Coach, number 40.
Big sack by number 40.
He was not touched by anybody.
Came right off the edge.
And it was interesting, as the quarterback was dropping back, I looked at his fullback and his halfback to the right, and they were watching the quarterback. So, I thought perhaps they might try to throw a screen pass or whatever, but to no avail. And now they're looking at punting the ball again with 4 minutes left in the first quarter. Good snap
Marcin
this
Patridge
time.
back to receive a
That's
beautiful
a great
punt. That's going over Marsh's head. It's going to bounce at the 31. Marsh across the 35. Left side has some blockers on the edge. Marsh down the left side. 1, 20, 10, 5. Touchdown, Plymouth. high.
And there's no laundry on the field. No laundry on the field. There was a great block when he received that ball. I didn't recall the number, but the Kennett player turned at the right time, so it was face on. No issue.
We have a flag down on the play.
Oh, we do have some laundry on the field.
Well,
so
I missed it. I'm colorblind.
Yeah.
So.
I didn't see it, but it must have come in late here. We'll see what the officials say, but there it is. It's in the backfield, so it's good. Looks like it's going to be on Plymouth here. And a holding on the Bobcats takes 6 off the board.
Yeah, and that must have been on the backside there, because the initial block made was picture perfect. The player for Kennett turned so that it wouldn't be from behind. Initially, it looked like it was going to be that way, but it wasn't. So the marker is further down the field, so somebody must have held on that.
And I don't know if it was Liam Shannon, because he was back there with Patridge and Marsh at the start of the play, but either way, good job there by Kennett, and a lucky break for the Eagles as well, as Plymouth will start from their own 37-yard line. .354 to go, first quarter.
Okay, well, Plymouth's in a spread formation themselves.
Diamond, handoff, Valenti flag on the play, though. At the line of scrimmage. Across the 40 out to the 42, but we'll see what the call is here. I expect a hold on Plymouth. Yeah, the coaching staff for Plymouth not happy with assignments by some of the players, missing them there, and the cause for the flag.
Procedure.
Say false start on the offense before the play. It'll bring repeat of first down.
Looking at 1st and 15 now, back at their 31, 32-yard line.
Thank you all for joining us here on Pemmy Baker Television and Valley Vision. Diamond in the shotgun. Play action. He'll roll out near side. Looking for someone. Flag in the backfield. Diamond off and running. He's pushed out of bounds and across the 35-36. But it's going to be another holding penalty on Plymouth. So 3 straight penalties on the Bobcats. That takes a touchdown on the punt return. The opening play on this drive backs him up 5, and now another holding penalty.
Well, I'm sure, Coach Sanborn's up 21-0 right now, and I'm sure he's gone away from what got him to 21. But you've got to work on some of this other stuff, the spread offense and that sort of stuff. It's more of a finesse, play calling, and I'm sure he's trying to get some of this stuff in to practice it while he's playing the game. If they stay tackle to tackle, they're going to pound the ball down and no problem. But they've also got to work on these things to improve timing and all those other things that go into making it successful.
Cooper Legacy comes off the field. Tristan Patridge coming into the backfield. Actually going to put him up.
We're in a speed sweep formation right now. Wouldn't be surprised to see something coming trap.
Diamond going to roll to his right, going to try to take off and run, tucks it, spins inside, gets an extra 5 yards, was nearly hit at the 20, gets out to the 25, and it's 2nd and long.
He did have back when down about, he had done a hook about 12 yards downfield and had about 4 yards distance between he and the defender. But one of those things as quarterback, you get outside there and you got to make a quick decision. Am I going to run it or am I going to throw it? And he had enough pursuit on him where he had to just tuck it and go.
Okay, Bargwin, no catches yet this season, was targeted a couple times last week Couple fell incomplete, one through his hands near the end zone. Patridge in motion. Handoff fullback Valenti has some room. Across the 40 out to the 41. And it brings up a reasonable third down here for Plymouth. Bailey in on the tackle.
Nice run by Ben. But last year he just had such a great season and a tough guy to take down once he gets going.
So here we go, 3rd and 6 for Plymouth.
And they got the speed sweep set up.
Patridge again, here's a sweep. Patridge cuts upfield across the 45. Will be short of the first down marker by about a yard. We'll see where they mark it, actually. This might be a favorable spot. Are they going to give it to him? They are!
I think if I was the Kennett coach, I'd ask for a measurement.
Yeah, that was...
That's
side judge here, the line judge indicated first down. Again, it looks short. It's right in line with us as official timeout here for the chain gang. But I honestly think that's a favorable spot. Yeah. I thought it was back at the 46 and not the 47, but nevertheless, here we go.
Well, I'm not sure if they don't get it. It's 4th down in inches, and I don't know if Plymouth would go for that or not. I think based upon what we've seen for offense from Kennett, I think that...
oh, this is close. Oh, they get it with a tip of the ball. Unbelievable.
Game of inches.
Literally.
Game of inches.
I was waiting for the index card.
Yeah.
Reference to, 5 years ago in the NFL with the index card? So first down for Plymouth at their 47. As we get back underway. Handoff up the middle for Eli Crane. Cross midfield into Eagle territory. Gain of 4 on the carry. Under a minute to go, first quarter. 21-0 Plymouth out ahead here at home. I would expect this to be the final play of the quarter. Bargwin will be lined up outside as a lone wide receiver. Rousseau and Crane in the backfield once again. Play action, Diamond rolling out to his left, going to air it over the middle, trying to find Bargwin, and he got him inside the 20, tackled at about the 9. And it's 1st and goal Plymouth, and a Bargwin with a big first catch of the season.
That was a great catch. That ball was just a hair behind it, but still far and away from the defender. So he made a great catch on that. It was a great pass.
See if Plymouth tries to get one in before the end of the quarter. 8 seconds and counting. They do snap it off. Crane, handoff towards the end zone. He'll dive in with about 3 Eagles on his back for another Plymouth touchdown. Right at the depth of the first quarter. 27-0 Plymouth.
Scored by number 40,
as Eli Crane gets his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
Well, that was a nice job by the offensive line. They really are making this running game successful. You know, we all know that it's won and lost in the trenches.
Sanborn holding here. And off the upright and misses. The first miss for Legacy here today. But nevertheless, a fantastic opening quarter If you're a Bobcat fan, a tough one for the Eagles at the end of one. It's Plymouth Regional High School 27, Kennett High School 0. You're watching Bobcat football here on Pemmy Baker TV. Back for the start of the second quarter. Bobcats set to kick off. Good kick here by Legacy. That'll go through the end zone for a touchback. First one of the afternoon. We saw him do that countless times last week.
It's okay to kick it out of the end zone because there's no return. So either you pooch it to get a shortened return, or you just kick the damn thing out through the end zone, and that works too. Legacy's got I want to start calling him the leg, but I don't want to jinx anything. He's definitely got a great foot. Plymouth's had a long, long history of great kickers. As a matter of fact, one of the first that we came about knowing was Jeff Beckley, who I played golf with last week. And we reminisced over some things that he did when he was playing here at the high school.
Hand off near side. Baker dancing around. Flag in the backfield, though, as he gets out to about the 25.
Yeah, he did a nice job dancing through there because he had Bobcats in his face right on the line of scrimmage.
Junior Jason Baker, number 32.
Somebody may have been holding Eli Crane because he was in the backfield trying to make that tackle initially.
Whoa,
Yeah.
block below the knees there. That
Yep.
chop block will bring him back here on the penalty.
Yep.
So negates great run there by Baker. And a 10-yard penalty will put the Eagles at their own 10-yard line. So 1st and 20 now for Kennett. Twin split, handoff backfield. Oh, and a face mask coming in here against Plymouth. Flag quickly in as, again, Baker on the carry, number 32.
Flag down on the plate.
And
Looks like either a collar or a face mask.
something.
Yeah.
Russo, number 28. We're going to call a hold, and luckily it's just a hold. But it's on the Eagles. Oh!
Well, I'll tell you, the Bobcats were all over the runners, so maybe somebody was trying to hold in an effort to prevent Plymouth from
Either way,
dropping him behind the line of scrimmage.
I honestly think Russo got away with something there like we talked about, which would have been offsetting and a replay of the down. But we'll go half the distance to the goal and put it back at their own 5. Need to get to the 30 for a first down. As it's 1st and 25 now. Penalties, a big issue here for Kennett in the first half. Daggett with his heels on his own end zone. Going to throw it out to the near side, looking for Bailey. It'll go incomplete into the Bobcats bench. Second down here for Kennett.
Daggett's pass incomplete, intended for Bailey.
Second down again, Eagles. Daggett in the shotgun. Looking to throw, hit in the end zone as he throws, and it falls incomplete. Intended for Marquise Toomey. Again, after this week, a couple of Friday night games for Plymouth on the road. All of their road games this year, all 4 of them, are Friday night games. They'll be at Trinity next Friday night, then at Kingswood on the 27th to wrap up the month of September. Their other 2 away games at Souhegan and out at St. Thomas on the 18th and November 1st, October 18th and November 1st. So Friday night football for the Bobcats on the road.
Medeiros taking a little bit of a break, but Nossaman on that last play hit the quarterback hard upon the release.
Trips left. Daggett handoff and another loss here. It's going to be back at about the 1. It'll be 4th down and 29.
Landon St. George was untouched.
Check on the carry.
I'm going to mark him down at the 2, but nevertheless, 4th down, an absolute punting situation, and you've got no room for error here if you're Kennett. 10:22 remaining first half. And Patridge and Marsh back to receive the punt. Marsh at the 41 of the Eagles. Another beautiful punt. It'll bounce at the 32. Marsh, good block there. There's a flag coming in. 3 more flags coming in. Marsh tackled at the 10. But this one's easily going to come back. Trying to see who that was on.
Liam Shannon, I think.
Shannon, Brody Russo, number 25, I saw with a push originally on the initial contact for maybe a block in the back. There's a slew of penalties out there against Plymouth. I'm going to call that first one on Brody Russo.
Okay.
So again, another punt return of solid distance for Logan Marsh is called back on a flag against Plymouth.
Well, early in the season, you got to expect these things are going to happen. They always do, but that's okay. That's how they learn. It gives the coaches fodder to rip them apart when they're looking at films on Monday, and that's how we get better from our mistakes.
Shout out to Glenn Mousoff, the team filmer every single season. So Plymouth will start at the Eagles' 43-yard line. Logan Trusock checking in, number 80. Luke Diamond still in under center here. Bobcats leading 27-0. Under 10 minutes to go left in the second quarter. Handoff, Russo.
Off to the races.
And down the left sideline is tackled by Bailey at the 15. Good coverage by David Bailey, the senior captain, coming over to stop a touchdown there.
Nice job. They sealed the linebacker on that side, allowing him to pop out. And it was a nice run by Russo. Was it Patridge?
Tristan.
My bad.
Tristan Russo,
Tristan
number
Russo, my bad.
28. Or sorry, Taylor Russo, my bad. I'll hear about that from him
It's early
during
in the
school.
it's early in the season for us too, so we get these glitches out of the way.
Diamond under center. Steps back, throws across the middle, finds Patridge inside the 5.
Or was that Rainier?
Oh, it's Rainier, number 34, not 24. See, I'm so far away.
Well, that was a great pattern by Rainier. He was wide open. Did a nice job. And the experience from last year, Jackson does not miss many balls thrown to him. He's a great receiver and a tough kid.
Rainier listed at 5'7", 160. Plays like he's 6'7" with his ability to catch anything within 10 feet thrown to him, it seems like. Saw a couple of beautiful ones at Pembroke Academy last year. First and goal inside the 5. At the 2. Handoff, Valenti will drive in for his second touchdown of the day and another Bobcats score.
Touchdown, Bobcats. Touchdown.
Plymouth controlling here at home in week 2. Up 33-0, 8:30 to go, second quarter.
Well, again, it's the team making fewer mistakes, and I do think it appears man-to-man out there that Plymouth is certainly stronger than Kennett at this point.
Low snap, but Sanborn with the hold, and the kick is good.
Good job by Sanborn grabbing that. That snap was a little bit low and skittering, and he grabbed it, put it up there, and the leg was able to put it through for an extra point.
There were a few of those last week, so you could tell really that's the first botched snap, you could call it, of the game for Plymouth.
Yeah. Well, you have an advantage having a quarterback holding the ball because, if you want to fake that, you got a guy that can throw the football. But also they have generally have a little better hands than most other people on the team. So it's the right person in the right spot for that.
And join us at halftime. PRHS Pep Band will play as usual. We'll bring that for you right here live on PBTV as teams will hit the locker rooms. Bring you some out-of-town scores from what we can see and some Friday night scores from around the state. Legacy drills another one. That one, with the wind's help, will go through the end zone. And another touchback here. So Kennett will start from their own 20, 8.5 minutes to go in the second quarter. You see Josh Spalding, Salmon Press down on the sideline, talking with athletic trainer and Sean Bruley. Great coverage from all of these local newspapers around the state, and rightfully so, highlighting all the terrific athletes and teams around the state in every sport. Daggett under center, steps back to throw, gets hit as he throws. It's a little lob over the 40, falls incomplete. No one in the vicinity. Initial target was David Bailey, number 4, who was about 7 yards behind it.
Had 5 Bobcats back there covering things. Yeah, and again, you can watch the offensive or the defensive line surge on the snap, pushing the offensive line back towards the quarterback on those drop back passes.
Eagles will get the call and head to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10. Handoff in the backfield. Becker nowhere to go, gets swallowed up for a loss of at least 1.
There seemed to be a little confusion back there with the quarterback. He turned and people were standing up. They weren't like moving forward or whatever. So I'm not sure if there was confusion amongst the kids or what the deal was, but it certainly created enough of a hesitation for Plymouth to get in there and stop them for no gain.
And it does get back to the line of scrimmage, so 3rd and 10 at the 20 for the Eagles. Again, back to the 4 wide receiver set. Twin split. Daggett gets hit as he throws. It will fall incomplete. No tuck rule there.
He had forward movement on the arm.
And a 3 and out forced by Plymouth for the first time today. And the punt unit will be brought on for Kennett.
The only way to really kind of combat this defensive line is to roll your quarterback out. I mean, he's struggling in the straight drop back because of the pressure being put on. So,
Chick with another good punt. This one across midfield. Marsh going to gather it up at the 42. Marsh going to go back the way it came.
It's set up. The return set up.
Right side, he splits through, cuts past a couple, and gets tackled inside the 35 and was nearly to the house.
That actually, the bounce of the ball where he grabbed it on, this side of midfield, set up that return the other way, because we watched all your Kennett white shirts coming this way, and you can see the blue ones all lined up behind him. And with that one, if he could have popped outside before that last one, it'd have been 6 to the house.
So Marsh with a great return. About a 26-yard punt return for Marsh. Marked at the 31. This time, finally, for Plymouth, no flags on that play.
Okay, we're in speed sweep formation here. Single fullback. And we're pitching.
Pitch back here to Lyons. Who gets hit across the 30. Gets maybe 2 on the carry.
Yeah. No, they slipped off the blockers out there.
Baker in on the tackle. Lions will sub out here for Patridge.
It's a tough block for wide receivers because it's almost like you call it a stock block where you've got to get out there and kind of dance with them and just stay in their way so the back can cut off whichever way you can push them. But when you go out and try to block them head on and they get by you, it's over.
The Barg one out wide right. Handoff, Patridge going to cut up the middle. Gets hit across the 25, tackled at the 21.
Patridge on the carry.
And a good drive here being put forward by the Bobcats. 6:10 to go, second quarter. The 3rd and 1. More like 3rd and inches, really. They've got to just get past the 31.
They could get an offside with a hard call here.
Quarterback keeper, Diamond, all the running room right side. Bounces off one of his own teammates inside the 10. Down to the 6 for a Bobcat first down.
Diamond on the keeper.
A design play from the word go.
Brought down by
He ran into Tristan out there. That slowed him down a little bit, but now it's a good call by Coach Sanborn. I mean, you got a guy that can run and throw. You want to get the ball in his hands.
So Kennett will take a timeout. We'll step aside quickly as well. Getting late in the first half, Bobcats leading 34-0.
Good lunch rush.
Back out of the timeout taken by the Eagles. They'll have 2 remaining here for the remaining 5:28. Plymouth with all 3 of theirs. First and goal from the 6. Handoff, Valenti is going to casually walk in for his 3rd touchdown of the first half.
Touchdown, Bobcat.
And it makes it 40-0 Plymouth.
23, Ben Valenti.
I'll tell you, Valenti, his height is an advantage too because he can actually see what's ahead of him. And he makes nice cuts. He's got good forward lean when he runs. Just does a nice job. He knows how to cut with the ball.
Bobcat set for the extra point attempt, and this one driven through. That was much like what Legacy did last week in a 41-0 lead. Plymouth Regional out ahead, controlling here at home in week 2. So, Coach, little in town but college update for everybody out there.
Yeah, we had. I got information that they're playing Worcester State, and it's 21-21 tie right now.
Plymouth State, Worcester State, MASCAC football. First official week for the Panthers. Last week being an exhibition against New England College as they're a brand new collegiate program.
And it was interesting. I was at the game and watched. They got some players. They got some kids, and they've got a ton of enthusiasm from the folks. They had football years and years and years ago briefly, and it's come back. And, we're seeing that all over the country. There are more football teams coming around, especially in New England, which makes recruiting more difficult.
Yeah, I would say it makes it really hard.
Yeah. And with the portal has absolutely ruined things because a kid has a good year and thinks they're going to go Division I or Division II, and they leave, and it's kind of a being misled. I mean, we all want to play at the highest level we can, but the portal has made recruiting very, very difficult to hang on to kids.
Beautiful booming kick from Legacy. That'll bounce at the 2 through the end zone for a 3rd straight touchback as the Eagles will start at their own 25-21 remaining here in the second quarter. Take a look at some scores from Friday night around the state. See Bow taking down Merrimack Valley 23-13. Trinity edging out Kingswood 35-27. Sauhegan just controlling, demolishing Conval 41-0. Hanover over Milford 42-12. We'll get to some more a little bit later on as well. New quarterback Cooper Coleman, number 12 in the shotgun.
We're running trips to the right.
And a whistle flag's coming
Maybe
in.
Maybe a formation issue.
Flag on the play.
Called false start.
Yeah.
False start, Kennett.
So Coleman, the sophomore, listed as a quarterback, running back, and linebacker. Thank you to Athletic Director Neil Weaver in sending us a roster early this week. Always a pleasure to connect with the ADs around the state. Coleman going to air it out downfield as Marsh knocks it down, intended for Bailey, who was covered aggressively by Russo.
They had double coverage back there. It was a nice job by the Plymouth kids. So now they've gone to a trips to their right formation, and they still want to throw the ball. I still think the beginning of the game they ran the football for the quarterback under center, and they had the most success today from that. But
yeah, Benjamin Chick, number 22, running aggressively towards the edge. You're right, Coach. Coleman under shotgun, or in the shotgun again. pressure from behind. He'll be chased out across the 25, but he heard the footsteps of Emmett Nossaman tracking him down. He almost got a sack in the backfield.
Pushed out of bounds by Marsh.
Logan Marsh with a stop.
The QB had some decent speed. Take advantage of that.
Coleman's got some wheels for sure. Clock stop, 5:06 to go here in the quarter. Bailey will line up here in the outside pro formation. So now, Chick will back up here in the backfield. Pitch out to him. Chick has some blockers. Turns the corner, gets the first down and then some across the 35, and an Eagle first down.
Chick on the carry.
Well, they tossed him outside, and they had plenty of blocking out there. The Plymouth kids, nobody came up to kind of break it up. They stretched it out, but gave up a little too much than they wanted to.
Mike Nolan Galvin in on the tackle, number 26. Trips near side. Coleman gonna scramble, take off, running. Cuts back inside across the 40, shoots up tackle by a couple of Bobcats.
Coleman on the keeper.
Shannon
Brought down by Rainier.
with Rainier in on the tackle. He had Toomey and Bailey running downfield. I believe Jacob Brown also there, kind of in the slot position.
Well, Plymouth's getting a hard rush from the defensive end, but he's running, he's too far inside, and that's how the quarterback's getting around him. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it looks like Crane, they've got him at the defensive left end.
Coleman gonna roll out again, looking for a target. Throws down the near sideline and it'll fall incomplete. Shy of Bailey, the intended target. Rainier was there to cover as well.
Coleman's pass incomplete, intended for Bailey.
It's gonna bring up third down and 6. Clock will stop, 3:20 to go here in the second. And we'll have a timeout taken by Kennett, their second charge timeout. We'll take a timeout as well. Late in the first half, Bobcats leading 41-0 here on Pemmy Baker TV. Back out of the Eagles' second timeout, third and long here for Kennett. Coleman under center, pitch back, double reverse here for Bailey. Gonna cut back upside, and Lyons forces the fumble. And Plymouth thinks they've recovered. We'll see if it was down beforehand. And it is a Bobcat recovery. Nathan Lyons just charged up from the secondary and knocked that one free on a tackle against Bailey.
Well, the Kennett coach is reaching into his bag of tricks already. And that double reverse takes a while to develop. And Plymouth is faster on the corners, I believe. And it was a great stick. The tackle was a great tackle.
Lyons getting celebrated by his teammates on the sideline, and it was a great setup. Bailey had some space inside with some good blocks, but just a hard hit popped it free. Sanborn now in at quarterback. He'll step or hand off here up the middle, and a carry for the likes of Dominic Ciotti, number 27, his first touch today.
Nice run.
Ciotti on the carry.
That's the second team coming in now for Plymouth.
Matt Valenti is split out wide.
Captain Sanborn played most of the game last week, did have a couple of turnovers and an interception. Handoff again for Ciotti, out to the 30, should be enough for a Bobcat first down. And it will be inside the 30.
Ciotti on the carry, brought down by Needham.
Well, it's great to see the young kids getting in and getting so much playing time. It's going to pay off down the road.
Talked about it last week just for that reason. You never know whether it's going to be, knock on wood, hopefully not an injury during the season, but you need that playoff, that game experience for the postseason, because it's going to be coming quick and fast.
Yeah. You know, when you get into games that are a little more taxing on the starters, you know, you've got people to shoot in to give them a breather.
Bobble on the snap. Sanborn steps back, throws over to the right side, looking for Cooper Legacy just off his fingertips, and it falls incomplete. Clock stops, a minute 48 to go here in the first half.
Yeah, there's definitely issues with the transfer from center to quarterback here. Evidently it was an issue last week, and right there almost had a drop ball and overthrew the receiver, but they got to work on that stuff, and that's why being in here under pressure is good for them right now.
Cullen McNair in at center now. Medeiros is subbed out, number 77. Looks like his afternoon will be done. Handoff again, this time to the left side for Ciotti. And he'll be tackled inside the 25, down to the 24.
Ciotti on the carry, brought down by Needham.
Gain of about 5 or 6. We'll see when they mark it. Gain of 5.
Cooper Mack did a nice job sustaining his block. He had the guy 10 yards downfield on skates. That's the kind of continuation you like to see on a block.
Third down, Plymouth. And a whistle and a flag.
That had the makings of a pretty good play, because on the rollout you had your shorter guy from the backfield going out into the flats, would have been wide open. There was nobody near him, and the wide receiver took his man deeper.
So a false start on Plymouth. We'll back him up to the 29-yard line. So 3rd and 10 now. And another false start on the offense. As Sanborn was rolling out, most likely going for Valenti, and Valenti was the one who was called for the false start.
False start, Kennett.
I think Cooper Legacy, I think he was the one that had was out in that short flat. He's being covered by the middle safety, so he's already got plenty of distance, and a quick pass directly to him is going to get him the ball with running room.
So most likely the final play of the first half, clock running, 32 seconds and counting here. So we Bargwin back into the game as a wide receiver here on 3rd and 15.
He may just lay this up in the corner. Nope.
Handoff, Ciotti breaks some tackles, still with a couple of Eagles on his back. As finally tackled by Jason Baker and a few others. As a flag comes in.
Flag down on the plate.
At the end of the play. And I wish I had a tally, but we are well over double digit in flags here in the first half for both teams combined.
Well,
so
this is the pass into the corner. Let Ibakwen go up for it.
It's a 5-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Didn't see the hand signal.
Oh, they're going to let it run out, I think. We're at 4 seconds.
Rightfully so. They're going to hurry to the line, but it will run out of time.
That's it.
As the clock hits 0, and the first half comes to an end, and a dominant one by Plymouth last week, leading 49-0 at the break, now 41-0. And Coach, besides the score, what do you take away from the first half of action?
Well, I think Plymouth kids are definitely making fewer mistakes, even though there's stuff they need to iron out. The first unit is working well together. I really think the key here is that Kennett can't get anything generated because that defensive line is just killing her. If you look at the forward purge from the defensive line, the quarterback doesn't have time to throw. And I think that Kennett has gone to this pro offense instead of running the football. When you're outsized and outrun, you want to go right at people or just off people to get what you can. Shortest distance is a straight line. But Kennett's not doing that. And they've got young quarterbacks, and again, the pressure on the young quarterback is huge. But I think, you're looking at Plymouth, who's got a lot of seasoned kids, and they're getting their 2s and 3s a lot of field time between last game and even now. And I think you've got, an experienced Plymouth football team versus an up-and-coming. I mean, their quarterbacks are freshmen and sophomores, so these kids have got a ways to go. So, you could say that Kennett's in kind of a rebuilding year, because generally, if you got 10 years of football, you got, 7.5 good seasons from Kennett.
Let's see what happens. We'll step aside, take a quick break. We'll keep the action live for you on the field as the PRHS Pep Band plays. But here at the break, it's Plymouth Regional 41, Kennett 0. You're watching Bobcat football on Pemmy Baker TV. Woo!
Down, we gotta go all the way down.
There's a potential for the future. it's yellow. That's what
Can't get in.
Okay, you get me.
Set to go for the start of the second half. Plymouth leading 41-0 at the break. Kennett will receive here. Plymouth won the toss to start the game, decided to receive. Coach is back with us now. And Coach, what was the feel downfield side when you were there at halftime?
Well, I think everybody kind of expected this. Not really knowing particulars, but they kind of expected this. And I think everybody sees this team, Plymouth team, as a good team. This could be their year. Coach Sanborn has brought them to the big dance, I think, on 4, 5, or 6 different occasions. I know my last 3 years, we won 3 years in a row. So I think they're looking at this team as possibly going all the way. Certainly being in the hunt.
As the kick is up, end over end, gathered by Kennett at their own 15. As it's there to the near side for the likes there of Benjamin Chick, and we're underway here in the second half. Talk about chance for this year, but you got to go through Pelham looking for their 5th straight state title between Division III and Division II, coming off a 23-12 win against John Stark at home last night.
And Pelham has got a tradition growing now. I mean, similar to what we've witnessed over the years with Chuck Linehan and now with Chris Sanborn, is that these kids expect to win. They expect to put in the time and effort it takes to be champions. And they've got a good feeder system.
So Plymouth is taking a timeout to start the second half. That's kind of a surprise, but I guess defensive coordinator Coach Lamb didn't like something he saw. Always up for surprises here in the booth. Don't know the reason for it, but
yeah, it appears as if they're putting these look like the second string guys. I'm not seeing any starters in there, so they probably want to make sure usually that stuff is decided in the locker room at halftime, but for some reason it took them a little longer to put it together.
Other scores around Division II, Manchester West 48 over Hollis Brookline 6 at home last night. Okay, we are in running time here in the second half with the scoreline 41-0. Pitch out right side from Coleman. And a big swarm at the 30. Let's see who that was.
Brought down by Brady.
Thought it was Colin Smith, number 28. In the carry. Looks like we have a change in public address as well here at halftime. Tally, number 25 on the carry. Coleman in the shotgun. Hand off to the likes of Keegan J. J will get back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd and 7.
Brought down by Patridge.
Look at Kennett. They'll be home against Pembroke Academy on Friday night on the 20th before traveling to Merrimack Valley the following Saturday. That will wrap up their month of September. Coleman in the shotgun, motion right to left. He'll roll out near side under pressure, gets away, throws out in front, finds his target there in Gregory Riley, number 82. Gain of maybe 1. On the throw, we'll see if they spot it. Actually going to move it up a little bit further. So
Looked like Colin Lane put the pressure on there. He couldn't quite reach him, but it certainly did take away the ability for the quarterback to set up and throw.
4th and 5 for Kennett. Looks like there's a lot of confusion on the field of what they're going to do. A lot of players with their hands up. With this. And back to punting away. Flag on the play here at the line. We'll go over the head of Brody Russo, and
25 needs to get away from the ball.
Picks it up and then gets tackled inside the 25. What was Brody Russo doing? But there is a flag down at the original line of scrimmage. 2 flags down in that case.
I'm sure Brody's going to hear about that. First thing your coach is going to tell you, at a ball like that with them coming down on you, you get away from the ball. You don't want it to take a bounce and hit you, and then now you've fumbled the ball, basically.
And you see Coach Lamb, we see here on the sideline, getting in between him and Coach Sanborn. Sanborn just kind of staring him down in the way of, what are you doing? So it's a false start on the Eagles. The penalty will be declined, so Plymouth will take over inside their own 30. Under 8 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Back them up to their own 25 to start this drive.
Now we'll get a chance to look at some of our younger kids playing. The experience they're going to get here, being in the varsity game.
Calvin Sanborn still under center. Took over for Luke Diamond in the 2nd quarter. Hand off left side. Ciotti gets tripped up right at the line of scrimmage. Great job there.
Ciotti with the carry. Brought down by Riley.
This Catello there, number 17, was the one who kind of stopped it with a shoe top at the line of scrimmage. That has allowed his teammates to come up and make the stop. It is a gain of 4 on the carry, but could have been a lot more. Fallback handoff. Got a couple of good Eagles inside on the tackle. There's again Ciotti on the carry.
By Riley.
Getting some good playing time for both teams and the 2nd and 3rd teamers out there. As coach has mentioned a few times, experience early in the season goes a long way. 3rd and 1. Pitch back. Ciotti wrapped up from behind. It's number 82, Gregory Riley, in on the tackle to
Ciotti with the carry. Brought down
prevent
by
a
Sheldon.
bigger run on the outside. It does give Plymouth, though, a first down.
First down, Bobcats.
And off again in the backfield. Pressure coming. But forward momentum continues for Plymouth this time. Simeon Crane, number 20, on the carry.
Crane with the carry. Brought down by Johnston.
Well, the Crane family has done a lot to supply the high school with good football players over the years.
Second and 5 for Plymouth at their own 41. Hand off, Crane again. Will maybe get a couple. Bring up 3rd and about 3.
Crane with the carry. Brought down by Cleveland.
So it looks like Plymouth going to stick with the ground game here for most of the second half. Wonder if they'll allow Sanborn to start airing it out, try to see what his arm can do. On a couple of passes last week.
Yeah, there's nothing like a consistent running game to open up the passing for you.
He'll step back here to throw. And had a target, falls incomplete.
He had his short guy wide open, number 35.
Yep, that was Aiden Patridge, his target of Blaine Hiltz. It falls incomplete to him, number 33. Going to bring up 4th and 2, and Plymouth will go for it here. But again, I like that. It's developing your secondary, as you talked about, Coach. It's, yes, seeing that, okay, he had Hiltz, but maybe it's better to go to that short option because of the short distance and just get that first down. Comes with experience.
Well, they teach you to go to your primary, your secondary, and your tertiary receivers. And it's, for young quarterbacks, it's tough for them to learn to go from one to the next and make that decision. So having looked at the deep guy obviously wasn't there. It looked like he was preset to throw to the second guy on the sidelines who had fairly good coverage. But the third guy was wide open. So, I mean, if they ran that again, he should be told go right for that short guy because you get the ball to him where he can turn around and run, he's going to pick up the additional yardage.
Ciotti with a first down, yards after contact, gets out to midfield. Sanborn rolls out, quarterback keeper, going to take off and run. Tries to go with a stiff arm. Jay will tackle him across the 45 out to the 44.
That was a good decision by Caden. He rolled out that way. People were covered, and there was nobody in front of him. So him tucking and running, that was a great decision by him.
So it'll be a gain of 7 for Kevin Sanborn. Under 2 to go, third quarter. Running time here in the second half with the scoreline 41-0. Second and short for the Bobcats. Handoff as Simeon Crane hit right away as he's popped. That was Emmerich Culver, number 59, with the stop, and it pumped up for sure right there.
Crane with the carry, brought down by Culver.
Bobcats working to the line. Matt Valenti the lone on the out wide right. Sanborn rolls out under pressure, takes the hit as he threw. No flag. Intended target was again Blaine Hiltz, number 33. And it'll bring up fourth down, and a great stop there by the Eagles defense. That will do it for the third quarter. No score here in the third. We'll head to the final 12 minutes of action. Plymouth still leading 41-0. You're watching Bobcat football on Pemmy Baker TV. Back for the start of the fourth quarter. Sanborn going to air it out, and it's dropped for Hiltz. In and out of his hands. Kind of a great throw there from Sanborn to the back shoulder, but Hiltz couldn't pull it in, and it's a turnover on downs.
That was pretty good coverage on that. He was step for step with the defender, and the ball was thrown well.
Love to see the Eagles avoid the shutout. You're a Kennett fan, just trying to get something on the board here. You see Eddie Daggett back in at quarterback, number 10. Backup quarterback here today. He's in the shotgun. Pitch back to Jay. Jay has some blockers, good stiff arm, tries to cut back up near midfield. And a good first play there for Jay. Keegan Jay, the sophomore, has been active here in the second half.
Well, every time they've set up in that formation with a deep guy, it's always been a toss. So it's not very well disguised, but the kid did a good job getting outside and running.
Daggett. Throw falls incomplete.
Bobcats had that covered pretty well.
Abatelli, the intended target, number 25.
False start, Eagles.
And they're going to have a flag and a false start on Kennett. Didn't see a flag come in, but nevertheless, it'll back up Kennett. 5 yards. Puts them back at their own 44. Some of the fans starting to head for the exits here. Under 10 minutes to go in the ball game. Daggett step backs to throw, has a target wide open near midfield. Great tackle though coming in from Logan Trusock. Owen Robinson, number 11, with the reception for Kennett.
Sure, coach is telling his D-backs, don't let anybody behind you. We don't want to give up anything. Keep it in front of you.
Daggett in the shotgun. Gonna throw out left side. Finds Jay, tries to get to the marker on second attempt and does so. Should be enough for an Eagle first down. And it is indeed great hustle from Keegan Jay with a couple of Bobcats on his back.
It was a well-thrown ball. He threw it down where nobody else could get it. And then the kid made a great effort picking up that first down.
The winning 50-50 raffle number is 6959.
First and 10 Eagles in Bobcat territory. Pitch near side. Blockers out in front. Trying to cut back up is Smith, number 28. Cross to the 45, down to about the 44.
Carry.
A lot of movement for a gain of about 3 yards. But still positive yards for Kennett.
The winning 50-50 number is 6959037. Pick up your winnings at the top of the hill.
Handoff, run right up the gut. Big time run for Piscatello, number 17.
Very well executed run. Running back did a nice job.
So first down of the Bobcat 30. Deepest Eagles have been in Bobcat territory today. Just over 7 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter.
Ooh.
And a false start.
Flag on play.
On Plymouth.
Hussein Wasserman. It looks like he went to the head like, why did I do that?
Seeing a Sarian there, number 66, the one called, as you said, Coach. So first and 5 now. As Kevin Sanborn comes in defensively as a cornerback here.
Nice job.
Handoff and nowhere for Piscatello to go with a loss of at least 4 on the play.
Dylan Braley on that tackle.
Piscatello with the run brought down by Braley.
Nice job on that. Wrapped him up, took him down. We're back to like second down and 9.
Come on, boys, let's go!
6.5 and counting. In the shotgun, quarterback, design keeper. Coleman back in for this play. He'll get out to the Bobcat 23. Good gain there
Coleman on the keeper.
of about 6. Third and 3 now for the Eagles. Daggett will sub back in. Pitch over to Smith. Smith trying to turn the corner. Russo will help out. Smith still on his feet, but will be shy of the sticks. It's back to the line of scrimmage.
Smith on the carry, brought down by Wenhurst.
Wenhurst gets credit for the stop. We'll stay 4th and 3. Need to get to the red zone at the 20 to keep this going here for Kennett. Looking to score the first points against Plymouth this season. 5 minutes remaining. Coleman in, expect a quarterback keeper. Here it comes. Coleman trying to turn the edge, nowhere to go. It's Brody Russo, number 25, with the stop and a turnover on downs, and the shutout streak continues for Plymouth. But Eagles threatening there late in the ball game.
Well, I guess I don't see a need to keep Chick in the game because he's definitely got the speed. On that particular play, you really waste a player when you've got the tailback behind the quarterback. Quarterback takes off. You've got one less player in the game, and certainly not enough blocking. Reverse pivot with the quarterback would work a lot better, given the tailback time to get out ahead of him.
Plymouth's going to bleed off as much time as possible here the rest of the way, it looks like. Ciotti with a handoff, a tough exchange. Able to get some positive yardage, though. Tackled by the likes of Jamison Cleveland, number 74.
That's good. A little collision in the backfield there, and that's a matter of timing and getting used to, who your running back is, and so the running back mesh is better. But they'll get it. Did a nice job on the run there.
Handoff, Ciotti has some blockers, still on his feet, and stumbles out to about the 40.
Nice job on the exchange there, Coach.
Another first down.
Ciotti, how many more Ciottis are there? We've had 2 very good ones, and now it looks like we got a third one.
Well, I saw Paul Ciotti down here on the walkway underneath us. I was about to ask him that very question, but if you know, let us know in the comments section here on YouTube. Waiting for something with the chains. Looks like they'll reset.
We're looking at 2 minutes, 43 seconds left in the game.
And here's Brody Russo on the carry across midfield for another Bobcat first down. And we're getting close to kneel down territory.
He did a nice job covering that football with both arms, just the way you teach him. You see sometimes guys fighting for that extra yard and you take your hand off the ball and you get a fumble, but he took care of the ball on that one. Nice run.
So another first down for Plymouth. Russo again on the carry, stumbles for about 4. And wonder if Plymouth will just go to victory formation here. Under 2 minutes to go.
Russo on the carry.
Take nothing away from Kennett. Coach, a young team, you said, rebuilding year, lost a lot of talented seniors. A little confusion, play action, quarterback keeper now. Sanborn off and running at the 25 and pushed out at the 20, and that should do it here with 1:20 remaining. But Kennett, a lot of the positives. You've got the likes of Benjamin Chick here, his senior season. Great running back, great, just needs a little bit more blocking. Maybe, a little bit help getting to the edge, and then he's off to the races. Just got to develop that quarterback a little bit more. You've got a lot of young talent out there, but positive signs to come for Kennett.
I would expect, looking at their schedule, they're going to have a better second half of the year than first because, I mean, you come and play Plymouth at Plymouth in the second game of the season, and that's daunting for a lot of teams.
No victory formation. Ciotti on the carry into the red zone, tackled inside the 15 with 40 seconds to go, and hopefully that will be the last play of the game. Don't need to run another one, but it looks like they're going to. A little fakery there as Sanborn off and running inside the 5, and
that was a delay play.
That was the fake kneel down and stop, and everyone just kind of walks away. But now the final 5 seconds as the game will go final as Plymouth comes away victorious, moves to 2-0 in the season with a 41-0 victory. They are still perfect defensively on the season. 2 shutouts to start 2024. They've outscored opponents 96-0. But still some things to clean up going forward for Plymouth nevertheless.
Yeah, we've kind of been saying it. Kennett definitely, I think, will come along as their quarterbacks come along, and their offensive line. But Plymouth was expected to do this year, after last season and how well the boys did. And, the expectations, they're going to be there at the end of the season and battling for the championship. But you got to play one game at a time, and you got to just work on eliminating your mistakes and errors. And I think, Plymouth still got work to do, but for the most part, we've got some pretty talented people, we got those offensive and defensive linemen are just doing a heck of a job. And you got a great quarterback and Mr. Diamond, and a slew of running backs that are big and strong, and they've done a great job. So.
But coming up Friday night for Plymouth, you're on the road for the first time this season. You're heading to Manchester. You're taking on Trinity. That is 2-0 as well. They're coming off a 27-21 win at Hanover in their opening week. Then last night, 35-27 at Kingswood. And it's their home opener next week, and there's going to be a real battle taking place. What do you expect Plymouth needs to do against a tough team like Trinity?
I say you ball control. I mean, I think that he's, Coach Sanborn has got the horses to run. And then you mix in with a pass when they compensate for that run. But I think that you don't fumble the ball. You let your stud linemen do their job, and you got good running backs who've got a lot of experience between Valente, Crane, and who's the other gentleman here that's I like what I see with Logan Marsh as well. Brody Rousseau looked good today. Tristan Patridge looked good. He's got a lot of kids that can run. Rainier is always a threat when you're going to throw the football, but I think that Plymouth just needs to play their game, control the ball, control the tempo of the game. And I haven't really looked at Trinity too much. I probably will tonight or tomorrow just to get an idea what to look at from them. But I think if Plymouth plays their game, they're going to be very difficult to stop. They're going to control the ball, and they're going to punch in touchdowns, and that's how you win a ball game.
Looking at Kennett, though, back home this coming Friday against Pembroke. Pembroke playing St. Thomas this afternoon. It was a 2:30 kickoff, so we don't have any updates yet. But after their shutout loss against Manchester West at home, they're traveling for the first time this year. So a great opportunity for Kennett at home next week to get on the win column.
Yeah. And, it's great to win at home. It's great to win, period, but it's great to win at home. Give them a little confidence, let these quarterbacks get a little more experience, better timing and whatnot. And, and their season will get better.
So that's going to do it for us here this afternoon. Ben Valenti leads the way, 3 touchdowns. Nathan Lyons with a pick 6. Also Eli Crane with 2 short yardage rushing touchdowns as the Bobcats take it here at home 41-0 for our entire staff. I'm Dan Salzer. Thank you for tuning in. Again, it looks like no confirmation yet, but road games will be with DSK Media. Hopefully they'll be live on YouTube. We'll have more information hopefully throughout the week, so stay tuned for that. But Bobcats on the road for the next 2 weeks on Friday night. We'll see what they can do. We'll see you next time here on Pemmy Baker TV. Have a great weekend, everyone.